Okay, morning team, as ever, rushing to get ready on a Friday to get with you all. But I think we look good. We look pretty good here. As always, let's start with some top-down analysis. What's going on here? We're sitting a little bit. Sure, what's going on with the screen? Dog's moved it. There we go. Okay, starting with the top down, let's start on the daily chart as we always do. Yesterday, all right, those of you who joined me yesterday morning, we were looking for longs all day long, all right, and we were looking for pullback longs yesterday to come and take out these highs and then these highs and try set above here for the squeeze higher. So if you stuck to what I told you yesterday morning for the afternoon, it offered you an amazing pullback to an RBS level. The NQ went a little deeper. It went a little bit deeper than the ES, but it offered you that move. I managed to get back. I missed my initial signal, still out walking the dog, but we did get that move together in Discord for this drive higher. So on the daily, what do we have now? We need to think about this. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Right, there's your weekly range. There's the breakout. Where are we not going to come back to? We are not going to come back to here. All right, we're exploiting high of week. Those who've done the course, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The trouble is right now is that we are very near this top Bollinger Band. Like I said, it will start to open up for that squeeze higher. It's possible today is one of the days where we get a drive through it because we're so close on the squeeze. We have to think about the liquidity. All right, I think we've taken most levels. Yes, we have. We have taken pretty much all levels out. So the only real high time frame level now is all-time highs. Okay, if we look at the ES is there. All right, it's right there right now. So ES is looking at all-time highs, which is right here. It's very, very, very close, as is the SPY. So really what you're thinking about on these markets are, do pullbacks hold? Now, I don't know if they come today. We might just go on a shift higher, but do we hold this kind of range to come and take this out, or are we just going to continue higher? Was this the breakout and we don't need the back test? Those are the questions I'm asking today. Do we need a back test of where we broke out from? All right, do we need that back test? On the NQ, it would be sort of down here into some of these daily levels, unless we're going to hold this old high. So to get clues from that, we're going to move into an hourly chart. Let's move into an hourly chart. Oh, I gave you the wrong one for that. What a pain. Tell I'm tired. All right, let's move into the hourly chart. Right here. All right, so you can see overnight, we created new range at the top on this hour. All right, so yesterday, push up. Here was the afternoon pullback, held, expansion higher. All right, so we've created some overnight supply up overhead here. All right, after taking out some key levels. These are big levels up here. So really, the dance is between here right now. This is your liquidity building phase. Failed breakouts underneath can cause traps to go up. Failed breakouts above, or failures to get above, can cause big, big dump events on a Friday. All right, if we clear out and cannot sustain bids, possible dump event on a Friday. If we're going to get heavy here, I'm looking for a rejection of this for a rotation down to next level. If we're going to trap, all right, if we're going to hold this pullback in this RBS, this is a nice long play if you're already in it long, very, very nice. Coming back up to point of control made overnight. If we can base here for a bit, then I'm thinking about this kind of look higher. Okay, every time frame is telling me higher. The problem that we have right now is location. We're very close to the top Bollinger Bands. We're very close to supply. We're very close to all-time highs. Right, that's the biggest issue we have right now. Looking at the 5-minute chart, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Yesterday's afternoon pullback. This is your buy opportunity. I think we bought in here together on Discord for this drive higher. Okay, overnight sideways action. London clears out Asia high, then comes out and clears out Asia low. Now into New York session, printing back into the supply that we created overnight. So expecting a dance between here. Outside of these ranges, all right, I'm more interested in plays. Okay, so outside of these ranges, I don't really want to dance in between this if I can avoid it, but we're just going to have to see what the market gives us this morning. Most of the mag had a good push higher and then failed. All right, so I had a quick look down the mag this morning. So you have big drive higher yesterday on Apple. It's actually holding its gains. It's trading sideways near the highs of week, highs of yesterday. Microsoft drive higher yesterday, traded sideways overnight, starting to give back a little bit. It's probably given back about 50% of yesterday's gains, but sitting at an interesting point. Amazon done the same, all right? Decent drive yesterday, after hours, big push up, gap up into this morning, and it's fading back, giving back like $2 off the top here, but still sitting in and around Friday's high levels. So it all depends if bids are going to come into this market. Google, very, very similar, all right? Breakout of the lows yesterday. Remember, we've been trending down on Google. Breakout of the lows, trades up in the after hours, gaps up into pre-market, and is rolled back over in towards Friday's high right now. Meta holding gains pretty well. Again, big drive yesterday afternoon, trading sideways. Question is it going to create a flag versus sort of yesterday's RBS level? Very, very similar on Nvidia. Nvidia actually looks stronger. All right, big drive up yesterday, gap up, pulls back, holds yesterday's range. Bids are already in the market for Nvidia and Tesla. Very, very similar to Nvidia. Looking at the VIX trading sideways. All right, we're trading in a hole here from basically, you want to call it 15. What's this level here to like 1537? All right, that's our range right now. Breakout of either side of that, we can think about continuation or reversal plays in the market. Right, so 15 to 1537 is our current range on the VIX. Breakout of 1537, we can potentially come and attack 1585 and 16. That would give us a bit of weakness in the market. All right, so what am I trying to say? Well, basically, we've been in a drive higher. Shorts have been stuck all week. The narrative is to keep moving higher. The problem we have is we are near that top Bollinger Band. We are near supply. Momentum might be good, but location's getting worse and worse and worse as we get through the week. So I want to close Friday out well. All right, I want to close Friday out well. So I'm just going to take my time, pick my opportunities. We know what we're looking for. These two levels are key, right? This and this are key. If we break down, reject this, we're looking for rotation to previous day point of control and then maybe buying, unless it really wants to let go and we have a sell day. If we get above this and hold, we're looking for a drive higher. If we get above this and fail, we're looking for the rotation to here. Again, here, if we get below this and fail, we're looking for rotation up. All right, so I'm expecting some liquidity to be built, unless something really shifts the type of market we're in right now. I've left you on the wrong chart. God, I'm really struggling this morning. Let's do that again. This and this remain key. You would have seen it on the 5 minute anyway. So either failed breakout, return in, breakdown, drive down to previous day point of control, squeeze up, failure or failure pattern just above, return back in, squeeze up, hold, go. Those are the patterns we're looking at. All right, well, those are the patterns we're looking at. Because we're in range, we still have supply above us right now. We have a couple minutes to the open. I'm going to grab a water and I'm going to be right back for the open. All right. So currently coming back up towards previous day high. Like I said, the buying opportunity this morning was here, 7 a.m. All right, rolled over, taps into RBS, resistance, comes support, and we're holding for that drive high. I don't want to chase this market right now. So we're going to let it open up, shake out, see what's what, and we go from there. If we really going to get going, all right, then we're going to look for that drive all the way up into 22,244. That would be incredible if we could get somewhere up there. Let's have a look at this hourly. Where are these wicks? Yeah, somewhere up into there. And then there's a ton of low, these here that we created. There's probably a ton of stops here. So I'm moving to this guy here. That's the old point of control. I'm going to pull this up. So it's wick to POC. And through that, really, you're looking at all-time highs. It wouldn't take too much at that point to get up into there. If we run those stops, remember those stops are the fuel to go higher. It's always how it works in this market or in any market. Let's go through some chat. We've got Just over a minute left. Sorry, rushing through it today, team. Last day like this. My wife's back next week and it's back to normal, nice and calm again. Good morning, Miguel, Ramus, Marek, Coop, Thumper, Vince, Camille, Miguel, Array, Steve C, Andrew H, Umolabi, 1, TR, Jesse, Indicator, Christy, Peter, Kathy, Chris, Leron, Minix, BU, Clint, Trentries, Bruce Sands, Stephen W, Crawford, Thor, and Vinny. Good morning, everyone. And a quick look at liquidity on the book. Let's have a look. Hey, morning, Cap. Sorry, buddy. Morning, Michael Pope. Morning, Jeff. Morning, everybody. Morning, 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 morning. Willow Williams, good morning. Lots of you here today. Make sure you smash that like button nice and early. I don't have to nag for the rest of the day. Looking at liquidity on the book then. Let's have a look. 22,000. Yeah, my eyes did deceive me. I thought that was much bigger for a minute. 140 lot down at 22k. There is some liquidity at 2270, 2280, 2255. They're looking for a morning dip to see if they can get filled down here. A break of that, and there's a buyer down here around 22k in front of that old point of control from yesterday. All right, so that's what we're looking for this morning. Let's just see, do we get a flush moment that they soak and then we know shorts are trapped again? Do we get a flush moment that stays heavy on a retest and we're going to go for a dump session on a Friday? Remember, we've pumped every day this week. Or are we just going to grind higher? We've got news at 10. That's one thing I did say. John, you're going to have to rewind and go from the beginning, mate. I'm not going over it again. Just spent 15 minutes going over the plan. So here's the drive higher. Previous day high. Market's open. Fairly subdued open. So Tesla 1.4% up, Nvidia 1% up, Meta trying to go red to green, Google 0.75% down, Amazon just under 0.5% down, Microsoft 1% down, and Apple 0.25% up. So a bit of a mixed bag on the Mag 7. Bit of a mixed bag there. Let's see what we get. So there's the tap and drive into sort of this overnight supply. Could probably move this down a little bit. It needs to be around there. All right, if we build liquidity out here, all right, if we build liquidity out up here and hang around up here, then we're going to have this kind of look to go high. It's too early in the session to be thinking about that right now, but these are the stops from overnight. All right, so those are key levels. If we're going for a failure, we're thinking about rotation. Just going to let this shake out. I do not want to buy high in this session unless it proves to me. We've had a really nice run up. Right, yesterday was a big move. If this wants to trade all the way back down to, why is my chart flashing, like 21,970, it can, absolutely can. From a daily point of view, it will still remain very bullish if it does that. And trading view, as you can see, just flashing around, having an absolute moment this morning. The last 2 days it's been like that, and they need to fix the coding in it. Letting this shake out for the imbalances, let them fill, everyone, and we will see what's what. We will see what's what. Quick look at ES here. Drawing in my levels in trading view on ES, just so I'm ready. Yeah, not interested in buying high unless they trap shorts. It's the same rule for me every day. Unless they trap shorts. It's a dance right now between VWAP and previous day high. Where's our open? Right here. Put this in. We're just sitting inside London and Asia. Inside the daily right now. Remember, everything above us so far overnight has been excess. All right, we haven't held gains, so we've come back inside this daily. Remember, this is yesterday's high, so this is all inside. Everything down here is inside. This is outside range. So breakouts can be in the market here. That also includes failed breakouts. All right, and that's their trigger point, really. Yesterday's high, trading off a daily. So how we act up there is key. If we break out above and we base, like I said, then there's a chance to build and use this liquidity. If we keep failing, then these guys are going to become supply and we're going to rotate. Not in a rush here this morning. These are my flow zones, John. These are my own indicators. Right? Everything you see on the screen is mine. That's all I use. That and some VWAPs. Still lots of liquidity on the book here while they start figuring out what's what. Just letting this shake out. All right, like we said, we've had a really good week. We've been bullish all week. We've been driving higher all week. Most of the liquidity on the dailies that we were going for, those blocks in sort of Jan 23rd, 24th, 22nd, and December 24th, we've taken them all out. Right, we've run all their stops already. So the only thing left to do is to go to all-time highs. But we're right at the top Bollinger Band. It is not a good location. All right, there's not much room to go to all-time highs right now. It could be a sideways day. Like it could equally, like we said, if it starts fading, it can come all the way down to 21,960, maybe even a bit below, and base out there. That's wouldn't be a bad look for the market to come all the way back into here. All right, because from a daily point of view, if we can come back into here and base, then next week we can do this big move up, all right, because this will cause a big flag on the daily on a back test. Very, very possible for it to come back to here today. If they want to go into a sell, that's the question. Do they want to take any profits into the weekend? We don't know yet. So far, a bit of a lackluster open. All right, kind of what I was expecting. Don't think you're going to get many buyers trying to force this market up near the top Bollinger Band when we've taken all the key levels. Remember, low-hanging fruits, they've all gone. They have all gone. So maybe it wants to do a rotation back down, a counter trend. It might be a counter trend day back down here into blocks. So into here, and if it lets go into here. That's what it might be this morning. Morning, Abe. Morning, Kevin. Good morning. Or good evening for you, by the sounds of it. Good evening for you. Not pushing any buttons here. There's absolutely no setup here I'm interested in right now. Liquidity on the book, like we talked about. All right, there's 100 lot down under 75, and then some more liquidity down in front of 50, and then big orders down at 22k. It does feel like it wants to do this move to come and clear out this into here and maybe into here if it stays weak. It's how it feels. I'm not convinced there's a true setup for it right now, but that is definitely how it feels. ES being having relative strength here, holding its flow zones right now, above its VWAP. NQ below the VWAP, SPY above its VWAP. Let's have a look at the Qs. I'm assuming it's below its VWAP. Yep, just below the VWAP. So relative weakness in the Qs here this morning versus the spiders. New high day coming here on the ES. Very, very strong. Has ES done enough to trap there? ES very, very strong here. Looking to take out previous day high. Have a bit of divergence, right? ES at its higher day already. Looking to squeeze back up here. Like I said, not in a rush here this morning. If ES is in a hurry to get going back to all-time highs, I think that would basically, I think that is the high that we made, 46s. Let's just double check that. Nope, it's not. 6,162. Is that right? Because that's on the average. I might need to check the old contract for that as well. But yeah, based on the rollover, we could get all the way up to 162. Yes, looking very, very strong here. starting to break previous day high. So the question here is for ES, is it a failed breakout for that rotation lower, or are they going to go for that move up to 43s to 45s and then up to 60s? Relative weakness here in the Qs. It's not doing the same move, or not yet anyway. Mag 7, mixed bag, right? Mixed bag. Tesla, 0.6% up. Nvidia, 1.3% up. Meta, 0.12% up. Google, 0.13% up. Amazon, 0.83% down. Microsoft, 0.64% down. Apple, 0.75% up. So most of them green, although Google and Meta are just flirting with previous day close here, right? They can either easily go green to red here. They're just flirting around. But Nvidia, Tesla, and Apple look good. Microsoft and Amazon look weak. Google and Meta just doing the dance. So nothing right now that's making me want to pull a trigger here on a Friday. Remember, we got news at 10 o'clock as well. VIX breaking down now. Back testing previous day low here. We do definitely have divergence. ES starting to break out. ES going for a shove here. It's interesting to see if the Qs are going to join or not. New high day here on the ES. NQ cannot even get through that New York Open yet. So ugly, ugly, ugly open. Just chopping around, building liquidity. Remember, we expect the market to build liquidity between these two areas right now. All right, so I don't really want to get bullish here. If it sets up and proves itself, I'm more interested if it can do this. Otherwise, we can rotate back to here, especially if ES does a failed breakout above Friday's high. So no pulling the trigger here. There's literally no setup. Two things that have options right now, but there's no setup yet. Can change very, very quickly. But as you would have seen, those who have joined me on stream many, many times, I will stalk and wait for my setup, even if that means waiting for an hour, 2 hours, and eventually when it comes, I'll attack it. I will not be chasing this market. You have to be accurate in this market. It will punish you. If you chase the highs, it's shown you time and time again, it will punish you. If you chase the shorts at the lows, that's probably the worst thing you can do in this market. So ES coming back to previous day high, broke above by a couple points, coming back to test its breakout point on previous day high. Spiders trading into that pre-market high. QQQ, relative weakness. A lot of the Qs doing a dance right now, right? Meta for a moment there went green to red. Google has gone red. Amazon's red. Microsoft's red. Tesla's red. It's not like the Mag 7 are in alignment. All right, remember, most of them drove up yesterday, gapped up, and started pulling back in the pre-market. And there's lots of liquidity spread out on the book. If you look at the tape right now, I look at the level 2, you've got orders at 12, 25, 37, in front of 50, 50, 60, 62, and then 22K. There's a mainly like 30 to 40 lots. Underneath, you've got buyers 87, and then just under 75, and then around the 60s. And under that, you've got a little bit of thin liquidity all the way down to 22,000. That's where the biggest order on the book is right now. Again, it's just doing a dance. There's nothing here I want to take right now. We're 12 minutes into the session, and we've just pretty much, other than that opening drive, pretty much traded in a 20-point range, other than the opening drive. Is there a reason to trade this? Flow zones are going sideways. VWAP is going sideways. We are stuck at previous day close, yellow line, previous day high, failed breakout above so far, trapped in here. Okay, if they set a squeeze, they'll do this. If they let it go, they'll come down to here. There's not a clear signal here that I want to take a trade. So I'd rather leave this alone, let it pick a direction. If it's going to pick a direction at all, all right, can be a range rotation day, and then try and find something. Relative strength on ES. ES is basing now above previous day high. Right, so ES has done this, and is trying to base for a move higher. So ES will be looking for a drive into 42 to 46. If it gets there, we're looking at 52 to 62, 62 being all-time highs. Exactly, Coop. Exactly. Knowing when to trade and not to trade. Like yesterday, we should have traded the open. Many of you did. We talked about it was primed for that squeeze high. There was a clear drive. But when you look at the daily right now on the NQ, right, it's not screaming like it wants to drive higher. Right? We took these stops. We took these stops. We took these stops. There's an imbalance here. The next level is up here. And it might want to come and build an inside bar for a day, maybe 2 days before doing this move. Yeah, because then that will allow the Bollinger Band to trade up. We can trade into here, maybe down to here if it really wants. Build that daily flag and slingshot. That would be actually my preferred move. If we can create an inside bar on a Friday, I think next week we can have a lot of fun. Right, if we can trap more shorts in over the weekend, next week we can have some fun. I'm sure there's a lot of traders, hopefully none of you in this chat, getting stuck here. All right, even though it's a tiny point range, tiny range. Imagine how many people are trying to buy this and then sell this and then buy this and then sell this, and they've already lost 4 times on the day. Just wait. Just wait. It's a bit like yesterday. We had that chop even over lunch. This got a little bit choppy over lunch, came a little bit deeper than I would have liked to seen, but effectively that's your 2-leg. It just did it a little bit messy. But once it finished chopping and this was done and we got above here and above the IB, like I said in chat, above the IB, squeeze potential, and then we go off to the races. And look at the flow zones. They support the action. It becomes much, much cleaner when we move into a trending market. If it's going to be like this all morning, we can just have some chats about other things, anything other than trading. Or we can always do a lesson if you really want. But it's Friday. We should be having fun. We should be relaxed. We should have made most of our money on the week. We're just going to be super patient. Take our time. Especially, I'm going to be honest, I am tired, all right? Wife's been away all week. I've had to do the juggle, walking the dog early in the morning. I'm definitely more fatigued than normal. So I'm definitely concerned that I don't want to make a mistake out of fatigue. Which is possible, it's always possible. So ES trying to backtest and hold previous day high. Q's trying to form that squeeze look. All right, above here and above here to move up. That's what the Qs are wanting to do. They're starting to shape up a little bit better here, but it's very, very early. Mag 7 trying to go green. Meta now going green. Nvidia still green. Tesla gave back quite a lot, but still green. But it did give back a lot. That opened up almost 2% up. It's only 0.2% up now. Apple almost a 1% drive higher now. Market looking a little bit better here. But Microsoft and Amazon 0.75% down. Google 0.5% down. So definitely not all in like full agreement. Here's previous day high. Right, so that little micro flag starting to play out through previous day high. This drive here. Remember, this is breakout, fail, breakout area. If we're going to get alignment here, maybe we can keep going. It's going to be patient. It's a nice little squeeze back through view up here. But even this, it's not like amazing. You're 20 points. That's all it is. Right. On other days, a move like this has been like 100 points. It's crazy. We just have to see how we hold up now. Back above old point of control from last night. Sorry, I'm just like moving my screens around so I can see, this will need to back test and hold, right? It'll need to back test and hold, and then build liquidity here for a move up. Fail to hold this. This again can just be buyers getting trapped above previous day high. Remember, this is the breakout point on a daily. If buyers keep getting trapped up here, it can rotate lower. The better buys today are here and really here. And really, those probably are better buys next week if it offers it. We'll just see. We will just see. Yeah, it definitely thins out. I mean, there are orders above, but there's not a lot there. Then they'll come onto the book, Miguel, if we start to break, right? If it starts to prove itself, the book will thicken up above. They'll start to try and drag it harder. Dean Winchester, ES and NQ not in sync today. Yeah, they're not too far off, but you're right. Like ES is above previous day high, NQ not there yet. Mag 7 is a mixed bag, like we talked about. So Microsoft giving back today. All right, almost 1% down now. Amazon 0.75% down. Google 1/3% down. Meta fighting that red to green, green to red look. Tesla 0.25% down. Nvidia 1% up. Apple 1% up. So proper mixed bag here. 10 minutes left until we get that new hourly and 4-hour candle. That's probably what I'm going to wait for right now. We're driving back into supply based on the hourly. If we can build liquidity higher, right, there is a chance if we can build liquidity up here for this look. Right, if we can build liquidity here, there is a chance to do this move. This is overnight supply, but remember we've taken out big levels already yesterday. So the next move would be up into this if we can get going. If it fails up here, failed breakout, we get the rotation back into here. Failure underneath that, we move lower. Failed breakout underneath that, we move back into rotation. Right, so that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm not too eager to pull the trigger on anything right now. My chart's moved down here. Make sure you can see this properly. Yeah, that's all right. It feels like it wants to get going into this new hourly bar. It does feel like it wants to get going. Coming back in towards supply here. We're in the middle of the London range. So that breakout on the flag and the pullback held flow zones that will try and support this now. If we build here, we go higher. If shorts have got caught again, then we're just going to scream higher again in the morning. Off really nothing. If that many shorts have got caught there, I've got no hope for them. I don't know what they're doing. If they've got caught in what essentially is most of that is a 20-25 point range, they have no hope. All right, so ES doing that move, holding previous day high, flag above previous day high, looking for that drive into the old highs of 42 to 46. If we get through that, we have that chance to move higher. That was the move it did yesterday overnight. So we're trying to get back to overnight highs right now on the ES. Q's overnight highs will take us back into 63. Still just doing a dance here. I will tell you when I'm like really keen to take a trade. Like we are drifting upside. There's no doubt about it. We're drifting upside, but I'd rather be swing long from yesterday. That would be the better place to be right now. I'd rather be long calls or swing long from yesterday than trying to add up here right now. So we have to let this market prove itself. I know it's boring. But this is how we trade. It has to be boring. We need a boring market. We need a repeatable setup that we can do time and time again. Remember, new hourly bar, not too far away now. We can think about the old hourly highs and the old hourly lows. Most of the volume so far has been created down into 107. We have created a fair amount of volume up here. Every time we've come up here, we're finding selling pressure. Every single time we're coming up here, we're finding some selling pressure. That's why I'm not chasing these highs. This is asking to get clapped. Still have not pulled the trigger on anything this morning. There's nothing here for me yet that I really like. It will set up. I know there will be a setup at some point today. Question is, am I here for it? The previous day high being checked here. That red line is your previous day high. ES doing the same move. There's this supply. I need to pull that down onto those London wicks. Okay, there we go. Bit more accurate there. So waiting for this new 4 hour and 1 hour candle. Let's look at this 4 hour. 4 hour looks incredibly bullish if you want to have a look. Last 4 hour candle. All right, create this flag, 4 hour dip down into wick to wick, held, and it's trying to do this move. So if the new 4 hour starts getting above here, we expect the stops to run and we expect expansion. If the 4 hour keeps getting stuck in this range, we'll be in a range rotation day again. Remember, this can be a flag on a daily. Even down to here can be a flag on a daily. Might need to build more liquidity for at least a session or two. We don't know. But like I said, I think most of the objectives have already been and gone on the week. We were bullish basically all week. We were looking for drives higher to come and search the liquidity. The first level we were looking for was to take out 21,968, accomplished. Next level was 22,000, whole number, accomplished. Then 22,090, accomplished, and then 22,120, accomplished. We have accomplished everything we looked at the beginning of the week to go and do. Right? So then you have to think, what's the objective? What is the objective of the market now? If you were a buyer at the beginning of the week, you've probably taken some profit and you're holding runners. Are you adding new money longs? Maybe not right now. Maybe if it proves itself, but maybe not right now. There's no reason to add new money longs right now. So it's trying to base and create a flag on previous day high. It's trying to drive higher here into the new hourly bar being set. Actually very bullish, this look. There's lots of supply up here overhead. We can come, if it's ready to get going, right, it will try and take out 22,145 and then 22,163. Might as well call that 65. That's the London high. We get through that, we go leg up. Right, we get through that and fail, we chop. But we are trying to do that sort of inverse head and shoulder or that cup and handle type look from here. Right, this is what we're trying to do. The market's trying to build something like this out, or like this, however you want to view it, like a quasi. But the best buying opportunities were down here this morning, or down here really, not mid-range. That's not a good buying opportunity. And we also have news, right? We have news at 10 o'clock as well. So a new 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, half an hour, 5 minute bar, and news. Catching up with chat, what he's saying here. Yeah, Peter playing the waiting game. Yep. Keep saying, if you're new to trading, struggling with trading, want to improve, or just like Alex's style, be sure to check out the course. It will 100% improve everything about your trading. Oh, thank you, Coop. Yeah, the course, the link to the course is in the comments if you are interested. It's just a one-time fee, no monthly fee, nothing like that. 20 hours, you get the Discord, you get the flow zones included in that. Yeah, BU, yeah, BU's working their way through the course. Dean Winchester, yeah, they're not too far off being in sync. Have a look, just catching up. Andrew G, respecting your discipline and patience. Yeah, have to be every single day. Clint saying he's doing the course now and loving it. Trentry, I will buy his course, not right now though, but I am interested. Yeah, I mean, no pressure. Zero pressure. It's there if you want to do it. It's there if you want to do it. I'm not a good salesman. I might be a good trader, but I'm not a good salesman. All right, I like hanging out with people. I like giving back, trying to help people learn. As you can see, some days like today, it's a bit slower. We have these on stream, and then things can change very quickly. We do build here and get above, things can change very quickly. We can get into a nice bullish day. We fail and go below, then we can think about starting to think about rotations for a range rotating market. All right, 1 minute left until the new hourly candle. Still haven't pulled a trigger on a thing yet. On a thing. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. Trump could tweet. Absolutely. Trump could tweet. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in the market, especially in this market this year. Lots of things move in the market. Yesterday he was in talks with Putin, and maybe today he talks about some talks with Zelensky. Maybe he talks about, he made a threat to the Middle East and Gaza, saying that they have to release, Hamas has to release the hostages. That is supposed to happen by midday tomorrow. I don't know what midday. Is that New York time midday? Is that Israeli midday? So there might be pressure on that today. I wouldn't be surprised if they add some pressure on that today as a reminder. So there could be news like that hitting the wire. The market will not like that, right? So one thing that the market doesn't really want right now is more war. We don't need any more war right now. We need a little bit of certainty and a bit of calmness in this world right now. Miguel Bardo, what's offered in the Discord? Or in the Discord, I basically call out things that I'm looking for the remainder of the day. You have a supportive network of other people as well, also saying what they're looking at, trade discussions. Sometimes we do private lessons, updates. I give a bit more edge in the Discord than maybe I do on live. Yesterday, we caught the long. All right, so in Discord, we were long in the afternoon for the drive higher. I can show you if you want. Let's have a look. All right, so we got up to yesterday. All right, we were talking about what we were looking at on stream, and I was saying we're still looking for longs. And at this point, we were looking for it, and we were saying it the whole time, like how good H1 is, like where that people are going to get stuck. Hold IBH and anchored VWAP, shorts will get stuck again. All right, and then we were looking for it. There's your anchored VWAP and IBH, right? We reclaim it, and then I'm looking for longs here, and I start to get involved in here for this move, and then I'm just giving commentary all the way up and why we shouldn't be looking long. We shouldn't be looking short, sorry. All right, so it's just like more of the same with maybe some more detail. Here's your new H1 bar. All right, so I'm watching this H1 bar. We got stuck at current point of control. All right, so most of the volume overnight was created into 22,130. So does this H1 bar pull back and hold? All right, are we going to hold VWAP? Are we going to hold the volume shelf here at 22,100? Or are we going to come and clean up all the way back down to here? It's possible it might want to clean up all these stops. So lots of stops down here if it really gets heavy. Again, there's no trigger in here for me. There's no trigger in here for me right now. As annoying as that might be, there's no trigger in here for me for now. It's possible that we have a failed breakout above Friday's high. That's definitely a possible scenario here. Definitely a possible scenario. Like we said, if we can't get above Friday high, we can't get above that supply. It's possible. Drifting lower here into that volume, underneath the VWAP. We're starting to look fairly bearish now. We've got all these stops underneath. All right, so I'd want to see this not just range. This is our range. I'd want to see this push, fail, come down, fail, something like this will offer a trade for a rotation down to here. I don't want to be short against these guys here. This is where we know we broke out from. They can soak this and go all the way back up if they want. We get under though, different ball game. Or if we push and fail versus this and then do this, also different ball game. Right now, this is your range in the session. It's pretty crap. Right? There's nothing here making me go, yes, I'm going to trade this right here, right now. So if we push up here and fail versus previous day high, maybe they try and do a move to come and clean some of this up. If this is a breakout retest, then they're going to do this. And we can think about buying if they build liquidity. But right now, just in a morning range of this, right? Failure above, failure below. So really from, let's just call it 100 up to 30, right? 30-point range this morning, basically, the meat of it. Not exactly making me want to pull a trigger. Miguel, what made me pull the trigger and buy the course is that I saw repeatedly that you were more focused on people learning and becoming profitable more than marketing your course. Yeah, I've said it. I'm not a good. I've never done sales. I'm not a good salesman. I'm not like into marketing. It probably lets me down a bit. It was funny. I was talking to a guy that I used to trade small caps with last night. I'm not going to say his name. He still runs a small cap community, and he was saying he likes helping people, but he gets really, really frustrated when he's telling people what to do and they still don't do it and they lose money and they wonder why and they won't learn. And he was like, I'm ready to call it a day. Like in terms of teaching, I was like, oh, I really like teaching, but I understand the pain. Old habits die hard, but I was the same, so I totally understand old habits die hard. Yes, please press that like button. Please hit that like button. So here we go. Here is the breakout and retest, it looks like. Now, can they do the same thing here for that drive higher? Have they caught enough shorts in the hole down here? Like, again, we're in most of this meat is a 30-point range. Again, it's not something I'm trying to pull the trigger on right now. It will become clear and obvious. ES is looking much, much better, though. ES held VWAP does look like wants to drift higher. So leaning towards a clear out here of the highs. Can it sort of build more here? Can it do a micro look like this? Remember, that is fractal of what we think might happen of like this, yeah? So head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder, inside, inverse head and shoulder. Again, still in a range. You are in a range. But this kill candle here, or attempt of a kill candle, got instantly soaked. So if shorts chase this down, they're now stuck. So if we can hold this above 22,116, I think there's probably buy pressure upside here. If it can hold flow zones and around this area and build liquidity, there's a chance for a drive higher. There's a lot of volume built where we are here overnight. You can see it in the session volume profile overnight. This is point of control from overnight. We're right at it, right here where we're at right now. This is point of control from overnight. We squeeze above this, those shorts might get a little bit sticky. All right, ES breaking out into new highs. I'm thinking about buys here. It's not ideal, but I am thinking about buys. If it can prove something to me, a way of getting involved, I'm going to think about it. For that inverse head and shoulder and that drive higher to come and clear out current high of day. But it needs to prove. I want to see some liquidity be built out before I pull the trigger. ES, very, very strong. VIX, new low of day, breaking underneath 15. All right, so we have confluence there as long as VIX stays heavy. Again, not in anything yet, waiting for it to prove to me. If it goes without me, so be it. Right, I want to see it build some liquidity, build more liquidity like that for a drift higher today. Looking good though. ES doing that move already. ES, that pullback interview up held, and it's off to the races here. It is off to the races here. Are we going to build out here for a drive higher? Can I find a way of getting involved, or is this again just to the top of the range and a fail? Yes, again into its supply up here. What did we say? 42s, 43s, 43s to 46 is supply on the ES. So it's just tagged into it. If NQ is going to get going, we're going to go for a move towards 63. That's the London high, but again, it hasn't proved anything yet. Has not proved anything yet. Yeah, underneath 15, VIX under 15. We stay under there, very bullish for the market. That's a risk-on environment. Looks good here for a breakout and a drive up to clear out those London highs. Looking good. And we build something out for me to get involved in. Liquidity on the book. That seller just left the party at 22k. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. It's a bit like what we had yesterday. It helped me think, or it might have been the day before, I think, when we were counter trend short and then looking to pick up the longs, and then the buyers underneath us left the market, and I was like, well, we're not going to go that low then. They've already decided that they're not going to get filled. So expanding here, our current initial balance, our current session, we're trying to get up into here. All right, that's where market's trying to go right now, that overnight high. We need to see liquidity being built out here. So far, I'd say this here trapped the shorts. This is why I said cannot short down into here. It's where we know buyers are. Here's your flag, break, retest. This is an RBS level. Now we're drifting higher. I want some liquidity to be built out, otherwise I'm going to miss the trade. And that, I mean, if it goes, it goes. It's okay. Wouldn't say it's the best setup, and like we talked about this, probably should have just bought that dip right there once we turned. That was it. That was probably it. So notice flow zones now starting to expand a little bit. So if we can support price action, come on, let me draw for the team. If we can support price action, then we have a nice trend day. Remember, momentum is good for the bulls. Location is not very good right now. Location was way better earlier week. So just remember that. You have to zoom out. Look at the location from earlier this week. We are trading what? Where was Monday? Monday we hit a low of 21,324. So we're what, like 700 points higher? But here we go. Squeezes on. Shorts got trapped again. Same story. It's going for that Asia high, the London high, sorry. Globex high. London high. Top of this red box. Gone without me. What can I say? If you guys got that, fantastic. It went without me. Probably diddled a little too long there, waiting for a pullback for me to get involved in. I was just wanting just a little bit here for me to go bang. Didn't quite give it. If you took that once we got through this, then that's a great trade. No reason not to take that at that point. I just wanted a bit more liquidity to be built. Maybe ultra fussy, probably from me. Yeah, VIX really starting to break down now, 1492. So be cautious here. ES into supply. All right, ES level it's going to take out overnight would be 46.50, I think. Our level is 63.75. Once we take that out, a failed breakout is possible. All right, it's not probable, it's possible. Nice, Jeff. You took that long. Oh, I'm happy for you guys that got that long. Great work. I'm happy for you. I'm sat here like a lemon while you all got it. If it can offer a pullback for me to get involved in, I'll think about it. We're so close to taking London out. SPY took pre-market out. ES not quite yet. So I'm watching the ETFs as well. QQQ above its pre-market high. That's the interesting thing. Cash is looking very bullish. Pre-market high has already been taken on the Qs. Are we going to offer me a flag or something to get involved in here? Location not ideal. Momentum is good. Lots of you got it. Nice. Well, say lots. A decent amount of you. Jeff, Crawford, Marek, Peter, you all took it. So does a pullback hold here or not? Does a pullback hold here or not? Remember, we're in supply. Does it form a flag and go? Really do expect this hourly to come and take out 64. It just depends how far it needs to rebalance. Does it need to come back to 43s first? Or even lower if it needs to do point control into 30. Ideally not that low. And that lets shorts out a little bit, but let's see. Let's see if we can form something here for a drive higher. Something like this needs to hold this kind of area to go. Otherwise, a range rotation might start developing. 15 or 17 minutes until the initial balance as well. Christy, you took it as well. Nice work. Nice work, team. What I don't like is that seller at 22,000. He had heavy size on the book. He left. He's put a little bit of size, but not very much. So we're into sort of key levels here. Are we going to absorb this? Or was this a failed breakout? It would seem a little odd to get up to that London high and not take it. I'm going to be honest, but I've seen weirder things. Back testing these levels now. Back testing these levels that we talked about. And with this was where shorts got squeezed. It's back testing this. If they get out break even, we can create a flag and go. If it needs to do a second leg, it might come down here. I don't really want a second leg today, to be honest. If we're going to go higher, I'd rather it just builds this out and goes now. I'm watching this carefully. What's CL doing today? I didn't even look. Do you know what? I'm going to add that to my watch list. CL. Oh, not XL. CL. It's interesting, the divergence here, that the ETFs took out their pre-market highs, and the futures did not. The futures did not take out the Asia highs yet. So some selling pressure coming back in here in supply. How it operates in this leg here is key. And does it hold it? Any failure under previous day high is, ooh, I would say very ugly. Starts giving that failed breakout kind of look. They're coming to back test it now. Well, I've only been going since September, Mindful Matters. So it will, you know, it would take some time. I'm not loud, and I'm not all the things that people look for, I don't think, on YouTube. So here's the back tests. All right, so can we get a flag and go now? Interested in this now, especially off that reaction. Can we start moving higher? Holding flow zones. It has to show me that flag and go. It has to start really showing volume stepping in. It was a good hold of here. This move would be ideal. Looking for longs here if it can sustain some upside. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Can you take me higher? Let's go. Come and take out 65s or 62s. What was the exact level? I always forget. 63, 75. We look good for it. Looking for pushes up and above. Can we get going? Can we get going? It's a nice hold there off that level we talked about. RBS level. Remember, this is where shorts got stuck. They covered break even. If we build liquidity out here, we go higher. Under this, I really don't like longs underneath that red line today. Really don't like them underneath that. It's screaming failed breakout on the daily if we do that. Yes, looking a little bit weaker here. Mixed bag still on the cues. Apple 1.3% up. Meta 0.5% up. Nvidia 1.3% up. Tesla has gone green to red. It's not a good look. It might take break even here. There we go. So nothing on that, unfortunately. But here we go. If they need to retrap, I can always get back in. It's fine. Buying high, I always get break even quick. Always, always, always. I never give it any room. Google red, Amazon 1% down, Microsoft just under 1% down. So mixed bag. This is a previous day high. This is key here. This is key here. How long we got left? 10, just 11 minutes until that initial balance. So they're trying to protect previous day high. From a daily point of view, it's a key level. From a daily point of view, it's a key level. So soaking off it again. There are bids coming in there. I'm not re-attacking this long yet. So took a break even. Actually got me out quite nicely there. So made some money on that. Just waiting. If it's going to fail and we're going to go into a rotational market, got to be careful. I really want to, if we're going to look for shorts today, it will absolutely need to prove to me that we're going to come and clean everyone out. All right, it needs to be really heavy to do this. It needs to really show me that it wants to run for these. And under here, it will need to show me on a back test that these guys are stuck to run back down to this. I'm absolutely fine for it to do that. I would actually, in many ways, prefer for it to do that based on the daily setup for next week. Just from a selfish point of view, it's absolutely fine with me if we come all the way back down to here, because next week that sets up an all-time high move. And it offers me a much better location to buy at next week rather than doing this move up here. Still holding that previous day high here. Still holding. These guys are the people that are stuck. It's still holding these guys. Until they let go, this can still be this. Yeah, can still build here. It's just tighter range and a little bit more choppy in doing it. There's nothing to say it's a sell yet. No, absolutely nothing. Still holding previous day high. ES still holding previous day high. VIX still under previous day low. Still under 15. Nothing yet coming in saying sell. It's just choppy action to get to where it wants to go. It's a good drive off previous day high here. Just so close to that top Bollinger is what makes it a bit harder on the longs. Right, we're right up here. Every time we come up to top Bollingers, we normally get some form of selling. So this is a move that would be nice. I just don't know if it wants to do it today. If it can do this anytime today or next week, then I'll be looking for buys in and around here. I'll be looking for a back test. This would be an RBS level, right? RBS somewhere around here. This is where shorts got stuck. This was our expansive move. We're looking for a back test, reflag, and go. Let the Bollinger Bands go up, and then we're looking to attack up here when it's ready. That would be ideal. I don't care if it does it today or next week, but that is what I will be looking at from a higher time frame. So far in this session, you can see that we are just doing these moves, constantly moving higher, trying to take out these guys. There's no reason to short this yet. Structure in this New York session is still bullish so far. It can change, but so far it's still bullish. This is doing that second leg, which I didn't really want to see. And we are still holding this. I'm not taking this long, not taking this short here. It's a little too iffy for me right now. I'm up a whole $282 today. Literally nothing. It's okay. It's all right. And we're in a 70-point range. Initial balance so far is 70 points. That's all it is. SPY back down to view up. Still a mixed bag here in the Mag 7. More than you, Yulimar. Well, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up with just that today if it's not going to do anything. It's going to go for the Asia high now, the London high now. It looks like it's ready now. Needed to come and test that previous day high, clearly. So just waiting for this to set up. Still, I'm not going to chase this for that move now. If we can start basing, that's great. ES didn't take London high, did it? I think it did. No, it didn't. 46s. ES is weak. ES is weaker today. check check the breadth on the markets quickly. All right, so you can see mixed bag here. Some bleeders in consumers, like Tesla's gone green to red. That's not helping. Consumers are down. Tech's a mixed bag. You can see financials actually looks pretty good other than Visa. Healthcare, definitely mixed bag. Communications, flat to green. Just a mixed bag across the board. No like bright green and no bright red. And where we've got the bright red, they're tiny companies. Right, so not really dragging the market anywhere. This looks, it wants to take that high out. It really wants to take the Globex high out. It's just making it hard to get there. No, ES hasn't done it yet. The ES is weaker. It's dancing around its previous day high. It's like 5 points off its high right now. ES doesn't look very good. NQ does. NQ looks like it wants to drive and take out that London high. ES is not that attractive right now. But we are basing on and around the VWAP and previous day high on the ES and the SPY. Qs look good here. They look good. They're going to take out that high. It wants to take out that high. It really wants to. Especially if the ES can stop the weakness and find some bids here on VWAP. We've got sellers here at 22,162. Through that seller's back on the tape again at 22,000. So he's been and left a few times today, but he's back there on the tape at 22K. He wants to get filled up there if the market will let him. ES has got that head and shoulder look to it on the lower time frame, which is not great. And remember, we do have liquidity below that we can aim for. Since 7 a.m. this morning, all we've done off that demand zone is drift up and go back to what we thought about at the beginning of the session. We can be in range rotation between these until proves otherwise. All right, so here either breakout, failed breakout back to here, failed breakout here, up to here, or breakout from here down to here. All right, those are the options. Those were the options this morning. Sorry, team. Still think this wants to drift higher, right? The structure-wise, it's still showing me it wants to move up. It's just making it tricky. It wants to drift higher. It wants to come and take out that London. NQ is relative strength, but your location's not ideal. It wants to come and do this. That's what it's trying to do right now. I'm watching here just to see how we act here. There's momentum coming to this market at all. 62.50 on the tape. That's where those sellers are. Your channel in this session, we can put like a channel in. Something like this in New York so far. Yes, finding a few bids here on that previous day high and VWAP. All right, it did make a lower high without doing a lower low, but it did make a lower high from 41 to 43. So if ES can reclaim that, and it has a slingshot chance of going back to clear out the highs. If it stays heavy in those lower highs, it's going to be a problem. I still think this market wants to move upside. I still think so. It's just, you know, you want to be careful if buyers get trapped here. So I am still looking to see if there's a way of participating for that upside squeeze. But if it can't do it, it's going to leave that London high, then so be it. VIX still under 15. ES is making this hard. It's ES dragging this down. Mag 7 complete mixed bag here. All right, Tesla just under 1% down. Amazon 1% down. Microsoft 0.93% down. Google 0.61% down. Nvidia 2% up, having a good day. Apple 1%, well, 1.9% having a decent day. Meta, 0.25% or 1/3% now up. So complete mixed bag on the mag. It is a mixed bag on the mag. ES looks very ugly here. Ugly look on ES. That head and shoulder starting to like potentially play out into previous day high and VWAP on ES are absolutely pivotal right now watching it. I do not like the look of this market here. Ugly, 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 ugly. Can they hold this for the drive? Remember, ES relative weakness. ES is all the way down here right now. If too many buyers get trapped up here, it will flush. Back into just under point control. Just move point control in this session, though, further down 106, but from overnight inclusive, 136. It's looking ugly here. So I got a feeling this might be a no trade day for me as we chop back and forth. ES back to VWAP, stuck between VWAP and previous day high now on ES. This is basically the neckline it's building. If it starts snapping here, it's got that trend that we created. Very, very similar to NQ all the way off demand. It can come and sweep everyone out of that if it's going to do it. It can sweep absolutely everyone out. I'm not talking about this trend. I'm talking about all the way back here. All these stops if it really wants to. So it's a bit iffy. Again, the range in this market is small. We've just printed the initial balance. 70-point initial balance range. That's the smallest I can remember probably this year. Probably this year. We should be trying to take out the London highs, but it just isn't very willing to do it right now. You know, this pullback that we've had off the high of day is the midpoint of this range. That's how small this session is, this initial balance. 30-point pullback or whatever it is, back to midpoint of the session. Again, if we stay under initial balance, if we stay under here and here, this will be a failed breakout on a daily. Right, and then we can create an inside bar down to here. I'm not against that if it happens. You just can't be early on it because we have left liquidity here, which is, it would have been better. I'd feel more confident if we did this. If we took these guys out first, it would feel better. Didn't get taken on any index. SPY beneath its VWAP, ES on its VWAP, QQQ above it, NQ above it. VIX trying to reclaim 15 after taking out previous day low, trading back inside previous day range now. Not a pretty look. So definitely not looking at longs right now as we start to show weakness. So flip my thesis instantly. It's not saying I'm looking at shorts, but I'm not looking to buy this dip here. If it wasn't for Nvidia having a 2% up day, I think we might be in a sell here. A stronger sell. PDH there, red line. And the green line's VWAP. Bit of a nothing burger, this, isn't it? Nothing really happening. Hour into the session and we barely moved. We've had one go at it. We had one go at this and wouldn't go. And now it looks weak. Leaving liquidity at the highs. So if we're going to go into rotation, it's so tricky. Then we've left liquidity, which is not nice. And we're going to go and clean up some of these. Let's just put that in. And we know buyers came in this morning here, and we know shorts got trapped here. I'm not looking to enter a sell into this area. I need to know everyone's stuck. This is not really a thing. This is not really showing me much right now. Biggest problem, like we said at the beginning, we've taken all the targets for the upside move already. Just thought maybe we'd go and sweep that London level before we did maybe a daily pullback if it's going to do it at all. So some bids off VWAP here, reclaiming previous day high. ES trying to put in the same move. Hey, small caps, how's it going? Not much going on today. I've had one crack at it, and it was a break even. Yeah, actions, nothing action right now. Just sat still. We're in the middle of the range. Think about the initial balance. IB high, IB low. We're bang in the middle of it. Maybe I should have been quicker on the trigger. Here maybe would have given the better RR. I know some of you got that. So that's maybe a miss, but no regrets on that, really. No regrets. That's fine, small cap. If you know your stats are bad on Friday, it's good just not to trade. My Fridays have improved quite a lot. But this is not a trending Friday. This is a nothing Friday right now. So far, basically a failed breakout above that red line. Too early in the session to call it that, but that's what it is so far. Failed breakout on the daily. Just letting this build out. There's literally not a lot we can do here right now. Yeah, holding the 5 minute. ES just looks very, very weak. Very, very weak. It's starting to break down. So this is feeling more and more like a failed breakout above the daily. All right, this is the daily level. This feels like failed breakout above it. Didn't clear the liquidity. If we're going to get weak, we're going to clear these guys up. If we clear those guys up, we can get a rotation all the way down to here. It will need serious weakness in the market, but it is definitely not the easiest action this morning. I'd say that, but I mean, you can argue to take that sell, but I don't love that with previous day high and VWAP there. Back into trend here. So this is the up channel that we've had all day. If we start selling hard here and we can rotate initial balance low, then potentially there's a play. Again, this is where buyers stepped in earlier, this long wick, and this is where shorts got stuck. So still holding. This is the uptrend from all morning. You'd expect some selling. If they're going to do it, they need to step in now and sell now aggressively. If they're not, then you've got to think shorts get trapped in this pullback again. Yeah, it might be. It might be Willow. It might be a post-lunch. It might be a nothing. Honestly, it might just be like no new shorts into the market, like a little bit of profit taking, but overall we're bullish, so they don't want to take too much profit because they're going to hold for next week. So it just might be a little bit of nothing, you know. Back to previous day high here on the ETFs. Right, so the low we just hit is the previous day high on the Qs and the spiders. So the ETFs are finding about. This is the one thing like why I'm watching cash right now. If they let go of those levels on the ETFs, then I think we can wash. So watching this carefully, just in case they let go and build a bear flag. But I am watching the ETFs because the previous day high on the ETFs is different. And that's where cash is trying to hold position right now. They're trying to hold bids above it. So technically, we're not a failed breakout on the ETFs yet, on QQQ and SPY. The big level here. Madaz minus 600 plus. He traded it again after going 300 grand down. No, he didn't. Small caps, did he? Okay, I'm watching this for bear flag. Can't talk. I'm trading this short. Bear flag breakdown. I can't get my words out because we're letting go on the ETFs, right? We're letting go on the ETFs. So I'm looking, taking a little bit of money here. I'm looking to see if we can do a full rotation and take out all these guys down here. Now we're stuck underneath. The ETFs just rejected previous day high there. If we stay heavy here, I think we go and clean everything up. Why would Madaz do that? I saw Lance like did a post on it. I didn't read it. I also thought, I know like Lance has made a lot of money, but I just think it's not really the right thing to do. To do a public YouTube video on someone else's trading, especially if you haven't asked them. Like I don't, especially if you don't know their exact entries as well. But hey, Madaz is probably needs a bit of help. In fairness, at least he's very honest about everything. So ES just swept its IB low. God, I must be tired. I cannot get my words out. ES just came down to IB low, finding a bounce there. We're reclaiming the previous day high on the spiders there and the Qs. I'm still expecting NQ to sort of go and clean everything up, but it's messy action here. So ES on that flush came right down and cleaned all this out. We haven't done that on the Qs yet. Wondering, can we trade, if we're going to get weak, can we come down under here and then into here? So looking for this move down to here, and then ideally down into here. We're right back to New York Open here. What do I like to know? What do you use to like to know how much volatility volume there is in big moves to happen, not happen? I'm not really understanding. Can you type that out again, GB? I'm not totally following what you're saying there or what you're asking. Still think this should drift lower. It might need a pop to fail. If it doesn't come and take out these lows like the ES has, then we're going to have divergence, and that's going to be ugly, and we're going to trade upside. It should really trade lower off here and clean these guys out now. But I'm saying should. It should have cleaned these out, and it didn't. So we have to be aware this market's just building liquidity, chopping between levels. Like, how do I know if there's enough volume for a big move to happen for extra confirmation? I'm just watching the volume down here. Right, so on pullbacks, if you're looking short on this move, right, you want this move up to be low volume. And then you want volume to step in harder when we move downside. So you want volume to be bigger in the direction of the trend you're looking to take. I mean, today's not like we're inside. We're just printing inside right now, so it's not going to print big volume until one side's trapped. So ES back to VWAP. This is not pretty. ES back to VWAP. SPY still got to get back to VWAP. SPY now printing above previous day high, so it's reclaimed it. So they came in and found some bids on the previous day high. Is that enough now on the ETFs? This is a problem. It's the divergence with the ETFs. The cash buys came in, we broke underneath, rejected, and now soaked straight back up on the ETFs underneath previous day high. It's a bit of a weird one if we don't clear out on NQ, but it is what it is. Oh! Definite volume stepping in here, whereas they found those bids off the New York Open. I got a funny feeling this is going to be a leave it alone kind of day for me. Left London high, traded back. Left the IB low on the Qs, but didn't leave it on the SPY on the ES. Took the IB low. Then the ETFs floated underneath the previous day high and then reclaimed. Like, this is a Chop City kind of session here right now. I would say it's probably the best way of me putting it. We should come and clean up everything down here, but should is a big statement to make. It doesn't want to. All right, it's not showing me it wants to do it. And I'm not going to diddle in the middle as we keep doing a dance between these. Yes, right on PDH here. NQ above it. Hourly bar is ugly right now. Look at that hourly bar. You want to know what indecision looks like? Look at the current hourly bar. Kill zones are on, like, equivalent kill zones are on 4x because cash isn't traded in those sessions. But I'm watching the ETFs separately. So I have pre-market high, pre-market low. You'll notice like my previous day close is based on cash. It's not based on the daily bar on the indexes. It's based on cash. Yeah, because I care about the options where they're trading, where cash traders are trading. They're not trading Asia and London. That's why I have all the ETFs with the VIX on the screen over here. there's nothing to do here. This is just kind of nasty. Not cleaning this out, not coming back to here, not taking this. Might reclaim now and go and take this. It's like, doesn't know what it wants to do. So just backing right off this altogether. I feel like the ETFs are kind of in charge today. That reclaim of the previous day high, both the SPY and the Qs dipped under and reclaimed. And we never got to IBL on the NQ. And we're still in a 70-point range. So all of this is still just 70 points. So just messy. Probably wants to do this now if it can reclaim. It's just ugly. There's nothing. It's not telling me to do anything right now. It cannot make its mind up what it wants to do. It just cannot make its mind up. Which is a shame. Fridays are normally we normally get a nice trend on Friday, but I think that move yesterday was so expansive, and we're not extending that range today. We're not pulling back into daily levels today. I know it's early. We've been here like an hour and a half or something, but it's not showing a willingness to do anything. And the mag is just such a mixed bag. Like Microsoft almost 1% down, Amazon 1% down, Google 0.5% down, Tesla 1.1% down. So that's gone green to red. Nvidia 1.7% up, Meta 1/3% up, Apple just under 1% up. It's just a lack of alignment in the charts right now. And VIX cannot make its mind up either. Came underneath previous day low, started failing, and then traded back inside. Pushed back up to 1510, failed that, traded back down to previous day low. Tight range on the VIX. Doesn't know what it's doing. But it's hovering around 15, which technically is bullish. Yeah, just. Oh man, I don't mind what we do. It's just do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just do it. Either come and clean these out, or come down to here. But like, this is what we've had since the open. Like, and leaving liquidity. Chop City. That's 70 points. It's not like this in 300 points. They're drifting back up now. It probably goes to those London highs now. Probably trap shorts at those lows, which is dumb. Should have faded more. Yeah, I can't see myself taking anything else here. Not in this morning session. I mean, I'll wait for this new hour to come, like 7.5 minutes. We'll see what we get. But like the hourly bar right now is not, it's not looking great. Like wick, body. Didn't clear out this. The sentiment still, if it builds here, it can go higher. I guess that will remain the sentiment, I guess, on the higher time frame. So back into that 50 level. Is it just going to go all the way up now then? It's going to do that whole move now. Yeah, to kill the options, probably. You're probably right. Yeah, my dog's just woken up. Are we going to go and take out the highs now then? If we're going to do the expansive move, I'm not against finding a way to get involved. Move to 65s and then above. going to do it, isn't it? It's hilarious. Can we get something in here then? There's no way this leaves it again. No way it doesn't take London now. No way. Is it going to not take it? There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way it's come up all this way just to like get stuck in these guys again. Liquidity, 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 liquidity should use their stops to take this guy out here. Should just do this. We're way, way away from structure now. This is just straight squeeze. So short's got stuck down here again. Yes, pulling back. It's not going to help out. Yes, pulling back. Can it build a higher low? All right, so it's done a little pivot, lower time frame. Can it build a higher low on the ES to help out the NQ go and sweep out all the liquidity above? Looks good. Looks good here. Here we go. Come on then. Let's go and do it. Let's go and take out 62s. And get through 62s. There's a bit of selling into 75s and then 22,200. Come on then. If you're going to do it, go and do it. Boom. There we go. I just want it to keep ripping now because now I think shorts are cooked. Let's go. Yes, got a long way to go to get up there. We've just cleared out now. We've cleared out the level. Guys on the tape here, like I said, 75 and then up to 22,200. Looks good. Honestly, it looks good. Just like a continuation higher and higher and higher here. Just get going. Just put the squeeze on. These shorts are cooked. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Well, that whole move down, when it failed to take the lows down here, this was the buy I bought in as we started to move up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Can we get to 22K? Once we get to 22K, we're looking for, 22,200, 22,220. Ideally, we build out some liquidity here. ES is lagging majorly behind. It's nowhere near the top of the range right now. It's the one scary thing. But VIX is trading downside, sub 15 again. Looking for pullbacks to hold the IB high and this range here now. Needs to hold this for this move. Do not want a fail breakout. Fail breakout, we come all the way back to here, and then I'm not rebuying this down here at that point. Like, no way. No way. Nice one, Marek. Oh, it was a bit of a chase there, but it didn't give me an option. It just, the volume started stepping in and it just kept moving and moving and moving. So we're looking now, dips need to hold this initial balance high to sort of 50s. This level here where we broke out from needs to hold this, build a flag for continuation. Failure, then we're going to go all the way back. Remember, we left liquidity here. Same way we left liquidity here, we left liquidity here. So it can come back for it if it really, really wants to, but sentiment is bullish right now. ES is definitely lagging though. Hey, we got it. We got it, guys. What a pain in the butt today was, but at least we got it. It was a pain in the butt. do they hold into sort of 50-ish? And is this pullback going to hold into 50-ish? Relative weakness in the ES, all right? ES is only trading the midpoint of the day, got nowhere near the IB high, has not broken out, has not taken the London high, right? It's possibly trading back towards previous day high here on the ES. So just so you're aware. So it needs to hold 50s, right? We need to hold IB high, 50s max, I would say. You don't want it beneath 50 is very, very ugly. Very, very ugly, because you've basically got a failed breakout here. So they need to hold, this pullback needs to hold sort of flow zones and 50s. If it doesn't, then all we've done is sweep liquidity to go lower. Here's your 50s. If they let this go, we're going to go all the way back to the lows, which is super ugly, but we've just taken one side. We could go all the way back for the other side, which is that low of day, the IB low. This is the problem I was talking about. Leaving the liquidity is ugly. So we've just gone from, we left this liquidity, we didn't sweep it, we went up and we took this liquidity. If we don't hold this level here and we roll down, we're going to go and take all this liquidity. It's very, very ugly. We're in range rotation. Ugh, what an ugly day. Oh my God. What an ugly, ugly day. Look at that. So a sweep to come lower. ES back to previous day high. Let's just see what they do here. We come right back to this little block that we created here. It's not enticing me to buy it. Weakness in this. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. ES finding a bid on previous day high. SPY finding a bid on its VWAP. If we reprice higher, I'm more willing. I know that sounds weird, but if we reprice higher, I'm more willing. As in, I'm more willing to buy. We reprice that kill candle. Not totally against it. Get above the IB high. It's got to get above. ES looking better here now. Wow, what a funny day. What a funny day. I'm going to get a reload on my coffee here. If we reprice this kill candle, the short's going to get cooked again. Heat my coffee up here. Might do it. It might do it. ES looking good. Bear flag or reprice? That's the question you're looking at. All right, here we go. It's the same thing. They either bear flag this or they reprice this kill candle. All right, so they're trying to bear flag this, but they can reprice this. Structure technically is bullish. If they can hold somewhere around here and do this, then there's a trade back upside. 22,000, 2220. Right, but we're in a funny little market today, I would say. Like just range rotation and trap and move and leaving. I don't like that we've left liquidity at the lows. The same way I didn't like that we left it here. Don't like that we've left all this. Don't love that. ES looks like it is trying to get back towards high of day. Was that considered a failed auction? And the structure today, not totally, but yeah, I guess so. But like we're above the daily. The weird thing is that this is an auction above a daily. So technically we're in breakout longs above the daily. So that might have been a bit of a trap to reprice. This is a squeeze from here. It might have been a bit of a trap. If we get back above here, this is pain points for shorts. We're going to keep drifting higher at that point. It's just a really messy day. It's hard to sort of almost establish and use the same rules that you normally would, I guess is the best way of me putting that. I've made that too hot now. Jeez. Burnt my mouth. Oof. Burnt my mouth. All right, what are we doing, market? Hey, what are we doing? You going to make a decision today or what? Trading up towards those top Bollinger Bands. What is the level of that top bowl right now? 22,200. That's the top Bollinger Band. Through that, we do have some supply above, but ES is looking like it's trying to flag and go here. If ES flags and goes, and we reprice this, right, this is where sellers chased in. If we reprice this, it will cause a squeeze. If we fail against this, we come all the way down, and I wouldn't be surprised then if we clear. Oh, didn't mean to do that. If we clear out everything down here, it is a contentious area right now. ES breaks out on the flag here, and we reprice this kill candle. Shorts might get in trouble again. Sellers on the book 662. They're still up there at 662. And a little bit above 665, 675, nothing massive. 22,200 is the biggest order on the book. I would be a bit worried right now if I'm a short seller. I'm going to be honest. ES is going for it. ES is going for it. ES wants to go back towards IB high. Here's our IB high. I'm watching this very carefully here because we can put a big old squeeze on here if they get stuck. That kill candle is important. Looks good. It looks really good. Go on, reprice that whole thing. Yes, back to supply. I'm watching everything very, very carefully here. QQQ looking good. VIX coming back down, sub 15, 14.95. This looks good for a squeeze. Oh my gosh. Shorts are going to get cooked here. If it goes, they're going to get so cooked. Let's go 22,200. Let's go 22,200 to 22,220 would be very, very nice. So this went a bit deeper than we said. We were saying 50s. Look at that wick. 50s was still the level, so that was just full absorption. So if we stopped here, we'd still be confident about this move. So that wick did the damage, probably stopped dip buyers out, because this is the RBS level. All right. What we did is reprice where we found that squeeze moment. Still think this looks good upside. There is looking very good now. Feels like more and more shorts are trapped in this. Starting to support flow zones, starting to hold above the IB high. ES going for its IB high right now. 22,000 is on deck here. All right, 22,200. Let's just say 200. It's easier, isn't it? 200 is on deck here all the time it holds. If we fail up here, it's a whole different ball game. But if we can hold and build something here, and we're going to do this move here. If we get through 22K, the technical level, this is the underside of some selling that we found on the daily chart when we go right back to that old high where we failed. I'll show you. Let's go to a 4 hour. It'll make more sense. Okay, so on the 4 hour, this. See these wicks? These wicks here. This is where buyers try to absorb for the drive higher, Once that we broke down from there, we failed big time, like massive, right? So this is their pain point. These buyers, old buyers, shorts chased in here. So if we reprice this, we chase up, 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 and we take out this liquidity. We're looking good here, team. Looking very, very good. Sorry, trying to get it back to the right chart for you. That's what we're looking for. Especially if ES gets above the IB high. I know it's been messy today, team. Not every day is pretty price action. It's been a little bit messy today. We said 50s need to hold. It ran 50s by like 12 points. Right, you want this level here to hold. You do not want to see this start breaking down here. I don't like I keep saying, I don't like it under this level. It needs to hold this level. This is the short's pain point. If it keeps coming under here, the issue is that there is lots of liquidity left down here. All right, and if we go into a sell, if we let these guys out and we go to a sell, we should at least come and clear this out. Which is what we should have done earlier, but we didn't. So I guess what I'm trying to say, the hardest thing about this session is leaving liquidity. Like this move up would have been better if we did what ES did, which was this. All right, ES came under here, took these guys out, went failed auction under IBL and went upside. Show you what I mean. See this? Failed auction underneath, traded upside. Right, it's a cleaner move. From a technical point of view, it's a cleaner move. All right, so NQ just has relative strength. So it's making it harder today by leaving liquidity, but it's all right. But yeah, not every day is a beautiful, sexy day. You know, some days are like today, unfortunately. So you just got to be really careful. Hopefully none of you are too badly red. I'm still green on this session. Small green though. Yes, failing up there at the high. It needs to hold. The look is horrible. Honestly, the look here is horrible. It should have just gone. I'm completely hands off here. Completely hands off here. This has got to prove out more. This is it's trying to lure me in to do more than I need to. You see this hourly chart. Hourly looks good. The hourly still looks bullish and good for drives higher. Think about what we talked about at the beginning of the day. Rotation from here to here, build liquidity out up here, right? Which is what this hourly candle is currently doing for this move. Hourly still looks good. Above here, I guess that was a POC check. I probably missed that. It's my fault. Sorry, team. We went wick to wick on that last hour. So that last flush down, should have been watching that hourly transition. That is my fault. That is a slip from me. But this hourly high, we drove up, we opened, we came down, we checked this hourly high. That's where shorts were stuck, and we drift up. This should be the liquidity we use to get into this next zone now. So the hourly looks good for a move higher on the NQ. All the time it's holding this block up here. It's the ES that's the problem. Yes, not above its IB high yet. Don't be giving back your whole week. Right? Don't be giving back your whole week. Don't be giving back days. Make sure you're using risk management. Today's definitely a little bit of a harder day's trading on the NQ. If you're trading ES, you probably had, a couple good moves. I'd say both sides on ES from a technical point of view are a bit better. Oh, what if I change there? Hang on, sorry. Okay, from a technical point of view, if we think about ES this morning, like we were talking about, this was your neckline. Failure, stuck, rotation, clear out, trend, above, hold, soak, trying to get up to here, failure. From a technical point of view, it's trading better. It's giving better technical setups like this shoulder and breakdown. If we think about how this moved, risk against here, add for breakdown, cover into this, better. Recovery, trade upside into here, partial, looking for this, fails, and now I'm going to fail more. It's looking like a better trader today. The NQ, looks much more bullish, but it's hard when the ES is just wanting to do this. Yeah, it happens, Steve. And knowing that is good. Like good for you for knowing that. Fortunately, the best thing I did today was forget to press on my copy trader. Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't copy trade all days. I like copy trading when there's a big trend, when there's a big breakout. Like yesterday was a good day to do it. Today is messy, messy, messy. Sorry to hear that, Mindful Matters. Maybe a good thing given the action we're currently getting. Back and forth action. If, like we said, if we get heavy, all right, we left all this liquidity. We didn't clear it out like ES did. If NQ gets heavy, if there's a big if here, we come all the way back and clear this out, all right? ES already cleared all this out, and it's coming back for it again. I will remind you, we're still, even above the initial balance, what do we print above that? 60. So we're in an 80-point range. That's all we've done today. It's only 80 points. That's all we've done. It's not a big move. It is not a big move. We did get the target. All right, that first target we looked for on the Qs was the clear out of the London high. It did do that. We have already done it. Again, I'll remind you, from a daily point of view on the Bollinger Band, we are very, very tight to the top. It's not an ideal location. We went over this at the very beginning of the stream. Better move for the next few days would be a pullback. If we close up here, then I'm kind of expecting next week to give a pullback in before going up. Otherwise, maybe we can do it today. Pull back into this range, possible. Weakness coming back into this market. ES coming back down towards previous day close, failing previous day high. Again, breakout longs are above here on a daily point of view. If we fail under here, breakout longs get stuck. This rotation starts to happen. I don't know what this has come from. Where is that? That was definitely never there. There's your trend line liquidity, still there. Technically, this can still be a higher low. If this is the one, protected this, this was still a higher low, higher high. We can still set a higher low here until it lets go of that. It's not easy. Not easy today. I'm going to actually delete this as well. Clean that up a bit. Let's just do it here. Right. So back to VWAP, back to previous day high again. ES underneath it all. It really feels like it's going to aggressively let go now and run for all that liquidity lower. ES is at IB low again. Man, I want to be involved. ES just cleared out the IB low. We haven't done it yet. Oh my God, what are these moves? Is something moving the market? So maybe we're going to go back and clear everything out now. ES starting to fail heavy. Looking if there's a way to get involved in this to clear out the initial balance low. Relative equal lows here. I expect us to come and clear everything out now. I really expect us to clear. Where's my? We should come and clear all of this out now. Again, yes, very, very violent on that drop down. Can we then move into the demand zone below would be my question. After we clear out, you can see this liquidity. After we clear out these guys, do we then roll? Yes, very heavy here. It's Trump news, is it? I missed that. Crypto custody services. So I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I've just missed it. Maybe I've missed it. Looking for it. Trump and Modi launched the US-India Compact Initiative. I don't see anything really. ES back to its IB low, back testing that. Maybe NQ will come back and test VWAP here. See if it offers a bounce, or if we're just going to go protect this again and go range rotation way back up. Who flipping knows? Who flipping knows? ETFs again protecting protecting previous day high on the Qs. You'd expect another sell here. You'd expect a bounce and a sell, but this market's been a bit of a weird one today. Again, not taking any low out on the NQ. Nothing. Back to VWAP here. You'd expect it to take a low out. You'd expect it to come and wash these lows. That's expectation is to do that and then drift lower. So is there a bear flag that forms for a flush moment down lower here, stuck at VWAP? So watching this very carefully. Yeah, Mindful Matters is a mad one today, isn't it? It's a mad one. Mad one today. Look at all the liquidity that we are leaving down here. Where's my box? All this liquidity that we should be driving back to clean out. All right, should be, and we're not cleaning it out. It might still form. Like we can get a bear flag form. Where's all my stuff gone? There we go. If we can get a bear flag form here, we can get that move here. What you need to be careful of is it's a big move down. If it reprices too hard, you want it to stay heavy versus VWAP. Really do this, and then that would be amazing if it does that move. Again, ES failed auction underneath initial balance so far. Right, it traded under IB and it's back to IB. You need it to stay heavy here, and we have divergence across everything. VIX has had a big spike there, though. We should trade lower and clean them out. Should. We left lots of, a bit like the squeeze that we did up. We left all the liquidity, and then we just went and cleaned it up. We should now clean this up. Should doesn't mean anything in this market today, though. It's just doing what it wants. But that's what should happen. Can we get a bear flag breakdown underneath previous day high, underneath VWAP for a wash lower? That's what I would like to see happen. Starting to set here. Previous day close, that yellow line, remember. Very, very tight. Yes. Being a bit of a little bitch today. It's reclaiming IB. It's going back towards previous day high on the spiders now. Oh my God, just an ugly chart. The fact that NQ is not cleaning anything out is so ugly. It's unbelievable. Look at that drive, like left them again. Let's measure this. See how it acts in these zones, I guess. Back to flow zones here. NQ, 5 minute. Hang on, let me see the 5 minute. Not really, mate, because we didn't take. I mean, the low that created that high technically is 100, right? So what is technically this low created this high. This is internal. It can make a lower high here, but really we need to make a lower low for that change of character. So from a 5 minute point of view, not really for me. This wick here. This is where they got stuck. If it reclaims this, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do if it reclaims this. Back to VWAP then on ES. Wow. Just insane. Insane market. Just doing whatever it wants. All rules have kind of gone out the window today a little bit. Just every dip soaked. Every single dip soaked. You got to think this is just going to fly now if they're all trapped. It's a wild one. I just don't know how to trade this today. Just leave it alone, I think, is probably one of the best things you can do if it reclaims here. Yes, tapping into previous day high, right on its VWAP. These are like massive, massive, massive levels for sentiment for remainder of the day. Yeah, exactly. Every dip soaked. We should be cleaning up the lows, and we're not. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know. When we should do something, we don't. But, you know, big move down. Can get stuck against this and test this level here where buyers came in. It can do that, but it's so tricky, guys. Like, it's so tricky right now. This is not a friendly market. Let's call it a friendly market. It's not a friendly market. Yes, getting stuck there into its VWAP. There's also major divergence across everything. VIX did a big drive up and is giving the whole thing back, testing 50. I mean, that is rough. I'm just not taking anything here at all. No way, Jose. It's back to PDC. SPY underneath the VWAP. Qs are kind of in no man's land for me. All right, this is where we broke down from. It either comes back and tests this. If it makes a higher low here, we go back up. If it gets under it, then maybe we clear that out. But it's just nothing here. It's like, yeah, I'm going to hammer a setup here. Hammer a position even. Is this a first bounce short? Is this going to soak off the next level? No idea. And that says everything you need to know. Sit on hands. Yeah, exactly. Sit on hands. ES coming back to its IB low. I mean, this is the thing. Technically, it's a first bounce short, but like, how can you trust a first bounce short here? I can't. Not with that aggressive move up. It's funny just watching it, honestly. Are they going to let this go now and clean out the liquidity? Is that the first bounce short? Nope. Look at those guys on the tape. They flew in there. They absolutely flew in there to try and absorb it. This should really be coming lower. Look at the reaction on ES on the IB. Oh my gosh. It's just so funny. He doesn't know what to do. It's in a spasm. Normal day, I would be like first bounce short. This is not a normal day how we're acting here. Normally I'd feel confident, right, that we're going to reject this, come back down into here. If we get through this, then we're going to come down into here. It just doesn't feel like a normal day right now. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Who knows? Is this just going to build a flag and put a ripper on? Still above previous day high. We're still above VWAP. Did I get rid of New York Open? I didn't mean to do that. When did I do that? Oh, do you know what it is? This is on the March contract. It's not on the March contract. Hang on. NQH. I hate it when it does that. There we go. Thinking, where did everything go? So this imbalance here that we had on the way down and another one on the way up is sort of key. They either find a higher low in here and build a flag to go all the way up, or they let it go and do this. That's why I'm not taking it, because I just don't trust anything right now. Nada, nothing. Back to VWAP, back to previous day high here. We should be breaking down. ES wants to break down. I just cannot trust a flipping thing right here. It's hard as well. Treasuries are all down on the day. VIX going for another push, going for a push through high of day here. We should be breaking down, and the Qs are just holding up. ES back to IB low. It's trying to protect its IB low. We should be breaking down here. If ES starts letting go, this should be breaking down. QQQ back to its VWAP. NQ near previous day high and VWAP. Everything very, very tight here. It has to make a decision like we talked about. These are the imbalances. Way down, way up. Big, big levels. Big, big levels. Clean this up, 1 sec. Normal day, I would favor downside. This isn't normal day. Normal day here, I would favor a downside move. Just zooming out. Think about where buyers came in. They probably came in above here. Oh, they normally came in above. Where's my line gone now? They normally came in above here and above here. Right, so buyers trapped up here, fail all the way down. This went further than it should. Held. If these buyers remain trapped, we should trade down. But this bounce was quite big. But we should come and clean these guys out. On a normal day, I would expect us to come and clean everyone down here out. I just lack confidence today, and we're trading back and forth. Look at the flow zones. Like, they've had opportunities to break out and support, and they haven't. They've had opportunities to stay heavy, but it has to stay heavy here. Otherwise, reclaim, and we go all the way back up again. Biggest issue is the daily can keep expanding up if it wants to. The narrative all week has been short, stuck at the lows. It's definitely been the narrative all week. We are lacking room to drive higher, though. Let's get a squeeze and then an end of day sell-off. Well, I won't be here for that. I mean, I'm not in anything right now either. The flow zones are supporting downside action for a bear flag, but if it keeps basing out here above previous day high, it's just... Ugh. That's the best way of describing this market. Ugh. Ugh. Yuck. If it's going to let go, it should come and take out all those lows, like I said. If it's going to let go, that's what it should do. Feels like now it wants to do it, doesn't it? Maybe I should have pulled the trigger, I don't know. But we're not in agreement. VIX is definitely trying to flag to go higher here. It's like aggressive chop, isn't it? Because still we're only in 80-point range. New York session's 80 points. That's it. 10 points above the initial balance, and the initial balance is just 70 points. That's all we're in. It's tiny. It's tiny. Most of the week I've had to have like 30-point stops. Right, so if I hit a buy now, I'd have a stop and a take profit 1-to-1. It's just a weird one. Let me zoom out on it. Yes, what do we keep holding here? What's the size of this pullback from low to high? All right, that's why ES keeps soaking off the 61 fib. All right, so if you go from the Globex low to the high, 61 fib. Let me check this here. It's probably similar. It doesn't look as good. Right, so ES keeps soaking off here. It's the 61. We're just trading mid-range still. Alignment is not good along the multi-time frames, right? H1 still has that look that it can go higher. It still has that look. And that's what's tricky. It's still... H1 traders will still be saying we can move higher here. We're basing, if you think about this, H1 traders are saying, hey, we're holding, we're building liquidity, we can still go higher. That's what H1 traders are saying. So it might just be that in the M5, we have to build that liquidity. If H1 traders get stuck, we sweep them. But at the moment, we haven't taken anyone out. Lower time frame, I'd edge towards a rotation lower to clean everyone out, but H1 doesn't want to let it happen, so can't really trade. Like I said, you'll notice when I have my big days is when we're in pro trend. Like yesterday was really easy, right? We were talking about longs in the morning. I wanted to buy longs in the morning, and I wanted to pull back in the afternoon because everything made sense. There were clear levels to go higher. So I think yesterday we were like long here and here. And at this point, I was like, right, I'm looking for a two leg. 1, 2. I wanted it into here for the RBS. It came a bit deeper, like NQ does. And then from this point, long back up, right? Pro trend. And at no point yesterday did I want the short. I said it on stream. Today's a bit harder. A bit harder. It's lacking levels to go and drive towards. H1's saying it wants to go higher. Everything else is, I don't know what this is saying. I mean, you tell me. It's probably saying, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Where can I see the VIX live? Yeah, TradingView. Just put up the VIX. Where are you, my friend? Why have I lost you? Yeah. There's your VIX. Got that wrong overnight. I've got to go back to March again. So, new dance being created here. Shorts pain is here. Bulls pain is here. Internal range. Normally, we'd expect, like we said, a retest of this. So far, it's holding. If they hold this, create short pain, we go back up. If they protect this, bulls pain is here. I'm just not going to touch this. It's mid-range, 20 minutes to lunch. I've managed to not get chopped up this morning, and that is a big, big win. That is a big, big win. It's been a crappy day's action on stream for a Friday. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I would have really liked us to either have a nice, big, giant pullback that we could get a counter trend short day all the way down to a daily level, or a big expansion higher that we could have all taken long. Unfortunately, we haven't had either. I don't control the market. Sorry, team. It's had plenty of chances to do moves, this market as well. Plenty, plenty. I'm still green. Yeah, green on session, just small green. Small green. Only trading one account. I might as well call it break even, but I had a good week. A pretty good week. It's not my best week of the year, but I don't think I've had a red day this year, which is not a good thing. I'm going to be honest. It deeply concerns me. Deeply concerns me. I hate going on large winning or like long winning streaks. They are the worst thing. Lots of traders talk about it and they like it. I hate it. I absolutely hate having long winning streaks because I think it can build a false narrative into your head that you know what's going on. It can build overconfidence. So I'm very firmly keeping my feet on the ground. So days like today, Monday, I didn't have a huge green day either. It was just an okay day. So days like today, I'm trying to tell myself those are effectively red days just to keep my feet on the ground. But I mean, this market's been fairly predictable. Less so today, but I mean, in general, higher time frame. All it's doing is shaking off every bit of bad news. Right? So every bit of bad news makes shorts come into the market. We shake that news off, we go higher. It's very clear we want to make all-time highs in this market right now. Simple as that. I do not think we do a double top in this market. No way. No way. It will want to blow people out before it does anything else. You got 15 minutes. You got 1 minute to a new 15-minute bar, and then you got 15 minutes till lunch. But yeah, you hit like it makes me laugh when traders are like, yeah, I've gone X amount of days and not taken a loss. Either two things are happening: you've got a good read in the market, or you're forcing not to have losses. So for me, feel like I've had a good read, but I'm very cautious right now. So the last thing I want to do is have a blowout loss from overconfidence, which is very easy to do. So feet firmly on the ground right now. Just grinding my accounts higher. Dean, you might need, I mean, it might just be still, but you might need CME data. I pay for CME data. It's like $8 a month or something like that. There's actually a sale on today. I don't know if it's a data sale, but I know TradingView has a sale on for Valentine's Day. I didn't know we did sales on Valentine's Day. Should I be doing a sale on my course for Valentine's Day? I didn't know that. Yeah, mindful matters is terrible, isn't it? It is terrible. Terrible. I'm just happy to get out alive when it's like this. Happy to get out alive. No worries, Willa. 300 off. There's no way I'm doing 300 off for Valentine's Day. Come on. I was thinking, like, if I do it, I don't mind doing like a 24-hour sale for like $100 off. 300 off is, you're killing me there. I feel like my indicator's worth that much alone, let alone a 20-hour course and Discord. And I do this for free. I'm here every day for free. What a weird market. Yeah, exactly, Coop. That's how I feel. I still think I'll end up putting it up again next year, to be honest. I still feel like it's good value. Just having a look across the indexes very quickly. All right, QQQ above its VWAP. SPY beneath its VWAP, dancing right now on previous day high on the SPY. All right, they're back testing that. If this is a giant flag on the SPY, we can break down underneath the initial balance. All right, we're still in a range here on the ES and the SPY. It's precarious, is the best way I can put it. Make them pay full price. Yeah, I mean, I think I will. I don't think I'll be doing a sale for Valentine's Day, I'll be honest. Now that you have it, I should put the price up. That's not very nice of you, TR. ES back to the IB low. NQ back to VWAP here. All right, so if it's a big if they're breaking down here, we should come and clean this out. It's just I lack any trust in this market. You're coming into a new hourly bar in like 13 minutes. It's very hard to trust this market to do anything. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I think honestly, I think it's good value. I really do. Even if you do, let's do it. Even if you discount the indicator and the Discord. All right, so 649 divided by 20. It's $32 per hour because it's 20-hour course. I think it's over 20-hour course now. It's not a lot, I don't think, to learn everything. And it's not like there's a subscription in there that you have to pay for either. Well, that's how I feel anyway. This is feeling like it wants to let go. I just can't trust it. That last push up is telling me this wants to let go. ES back down to IB low, underneath the IB low. I just can't trust it. Normally, I would be like, yes, full send short side here. Let's rotate lower. You watch, going to do like 100-point drop now without me in it. They're just going to dump it without me in it just to make me look like an idiot. All right, I need to pee and I'll be right back. All right. Oh, don't do it. Are they going to do it? Are they going to finally kind of clear everyone out? Back to New York Open here. And make me feel like an idiot for not being involved in this. That last shove up to 30 was telling me. Don't touch the mouse, Alex. Don't engage. Don't do it. Back to VWAP. Back to previous day high. Where's the Qs? Qs the same. So Qs traded down to PDH and held it. It's really interesting the difference here between the ETFs. Yeah, exactly. No FOMO. That's what I'm telling myself. Don't do it. Do not do it. Especially into lunch. Don't do it. It feels like to me they want to let it go, but feeling is not a setup. Nice, Andrew. Yeah, exactly. There's another day as well. There's better days ahead than this, trust me. 70-point range, yeah, there's better days ahead. There's much better days ahead. Let's see. Almost at 2,600 followers. Thank you, everyone. That's starting to move pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Date today. 14. Okay. Feeling generous. And guess what's coming? Boom. There you go. Don't say I'm not nice. Code. Didn't put the code in. Code is love. All right, there you go. So if you want the sale, it's 24 hours. There's limited availability. There are not many of them because there's no way I'm giving too many away. So $100 sale, 24 hours. Use code LOVE at checkout. All right, so if you are interested in doing the course, you got 24 hours to get the best price. It won't be another sale for a while. Holiday on Monday, is it? What is it? No, it's not President's Day, is it? What is it on Monday? Get my brain in gear. It is President's Day. Okay, cool. I don't pledge allegiance to anyone in America because I'm English. I'm British. Well, mixed. don't really pledge allegiance to anyone in anyone in England right now either, given what's going on. I tell you what, I pledge allegiance to all of you in chat. There you go. To all of you in chat. All right, so if you didn't see, I just posted it in chat. Maybe I should. Can I edit this? I'm gonna have to do it again, aren't I? Because I didn't put it all in one message. Hang on. No. Let's do this for you. And then I'll pin that to the top. Okay, so that pin message, that will last for 24 hours. You get $100 off for 24 hours on the course. Yeah, I'm the same, Miguel. Pledge allegiance to my wife. Yeah, exactly. Code LOVE. So just use code LOVE at checkout. That'll get you $100 off. And it ends tomorrow, and there's limited availability. No way. Who said that? Jesse, get out of here. I'm not even American. There's no way you're getting President's sale. Honestly, like I don't like any pattern here. I think we're just building liquidity. All right. Originally, my thought today was to build liquidity between these and then look for failed breakouts and failed breakouts. But we've really we're just stuck in here. I don't like the thought of that head and shoulders because it's not failing. It's just building liquidity. Honestly, I don't think there's a setup here that I like. You could say lower high, lower high, lower high, but where's your lower low? Because this low created this high. This is internal range, right? These are the key points in this chart right now. All of this is messy. ES is stuck at V1. Like my draw is down here just because of all the wicks. Yeah, I would normally expect this to have done that. And then if we got stuck here, we go lower. And if we reclaim it, we go higher. We haven't even done that. So this is a chart that's not wanting to do normal technical setups is the best way of me putting it. It's unwilling to do what you would normally expect in the market. So I can't put normal $100 off. 100 better be. $100 off. Yeah. Not $100 course. $100 off. Jeez, would have really shot myself in the foot if I got that wrong. Just had to check that. Is my wife British? Yeah, she's English Jamaican mix. Nice, Abe. Great work, mate. It's the original course, Aaron. Same course. No new course. Dean, mate, I can't do that. Honestly, I can't do that course for $100. That's crazy, crazy. All right, ES coming up to previous day high. You've got 90 seconds left, or just under, until we get to lunchtime. That new hourly bar. And it just feels like we're going to chop until enough of one side is stuck. Your wife is Indian Jamaican. That's an interesting mix. Nice. Where was she born, Mr. Slim? Are you American? Like, do you live in America? Was she born in one of those countries? I've never been to India. It's on the list. It's funny. I was talking to a friend about it last night. We're thinking about doing Himalayas together for our 40th. There's on the motorbike. There's like a motorbike pass you can do up there on the Royal Enfields that I've always wanted to do. So definitely interested in doing that. Let's have a look for Monday hours. What everyone's saying. Market halts lunchtime. Will I be here Monday? I don't know. The volume's probably going to be low. Maybe I'll turn up. I'll tell you what. I will have a look, do a bit of research. I will post it on the community tab on YouTube to tell you if I'm going to be here Monday. Probably the best thing we can do. Make a decision from there. Unlikely, but if there looks like a really good setup, then I wouldn't mind being here for it. Aaron, I created a cool setup last week with my indicator. I extended out the diamond and layered the PSAR signal to get me into more trades. Nice. Live stream up in the Himalayas. I don't think they've got any signal up there. Mr. Simmer, dad is Jamaican and mum. Her dad Jamaican and mum, but her grandmother mixed Chinese Indian. Oh, interesting. Miguel, my wife's a very loud ass Dominican. All right, new owly candle here. You can tell from the injection in here. What a boring session. I'm really sorry, team. I had high hopes for today. I really thought today we would get something good. Like we'd either get like that big drive higher, go and attack that top Bollinger Band and the liquidity near the all-time highs, not at the all-time highs, but sort of 22,200-ish and 220. Or that we'd get a pullback into 970s or even down into sort of 850s. And we got neither. Might get it later in the day, but it doesn't feel like it wants to do much, does it? A bit lame. A bit lame. What are you all doing for your weekends? What have you got planned for your weekends? My wife comes back from London tomorrow, so I'll probably, to be honest, be cleaning the flat most of today. Go for a lift. Chest day today. Not much sport on this weekend. I think Arsenal are playing though, but there's no Six Nations week off. I want to close the gap on Liverpool after that draw the other day. Who've we got? Is it Ipswich? Oh, Leicester. There we go. Oh, I won't be watching that. 4:30 a.m. my time tomorrow. Premier League's killer sometimes for me. Highlights. That would be a highlights. Yeah, anyone got anything fun planned this weekend? I know I'm not commenting on the charts, but there's just nothing going on here for me to think about. We're into lunch now. Volume might taper off even more. Look at this chop. I mean, you think how big this range is. Most of this range from 40 down to 15. Tiny. Tiny, tiny range. Oh, nice. That sounds fun, Aaron. I used to enjoy going to that. I went with my last time I was back in the UK. I went with my goddaughter, and I realised how unfit I would be as a dad, trying to fit through. And when you get those, like, I don't know what you call them, what they were called, like monkey playgrounds, the soft plays with like the balls everywhere. Trying to run around some of those as my back was in pieces. Too big to be doing that. Yeah, Miguel, that's me. I'm the same. Nice, Johnny boy. Looking forward to working with you, buddy. Glad you're enjoying it. Today was it's probably one of the worst markets and worst streams we've had this year. Maybe even since September. I don't remember a market being the range being this tight and this back and forth. It's just how it is. We can only trade what's there. And honestly, I probably missed the best long of the day. I think a lot of you got it. That sort of squeeze out at the open. Oh. All right, time to shut it down. Any questions before I get going, team? Hey, good. It will come. Johnny boy, stick to the process. It will come. It will all start to come together. It's always the way. Oh yeah, Aaron. I don't know. Like I've honestly I've had to follow up with my contact at Ninja Trader because they put me in contact with some devs to do it, and they just seem really slow. I'm really tempted to go and find my own one. Obviously I had someone build the Pine script. It shouldn't be that hard to convert Pine script to C sharp, but I think it is. I think it like I've never had something developed in C sharp which works well because I've got the flow zones as an algorithm. Nightmare. Shouldn't be that hard. In my mind, it shouldn't be that hard, but you know, I'm not a coder. Cool, thanks, Aaron. No, I appreciate it. I have one guy over in France who did these, but he's mainly in Pine script. Yeah, oil was good. I saw a few. Maybe it was you that said that earlier. I can't remember. Let me have a look at oil. Beautiful. Just a nice look at that from oil. Push up in the pre-market, fail, get trapped at flow zones, get trapped at view up, nice bear flag into 10 a.m. and expansion down. Like, you're right. Same with gold. Gold, exactly the same today. Looks really good. Is Bitcoin moving higher then? Yeah, the opposite. We're starting to find some hedging in this market, starting to appear again. C sharp is easier than Pine script. Is that right, Clint? Why am I getting screwed over by people? Yeah, nice TR. That makes sense. Yeah, nice one, Aaron. Have a good weekend. Look forward to talking to you about it. So fails coming back in now to view up and previous day high. Same thing. Nice BU. Yeah, it still feels that way, but it's just showing an unwillingness to do it. But it keeps doing the look like it's going to just give that shove down. I agree. Like this here, so much liquidity unswept. It keeps giving that look like it's going to do it, but it's every time it's just being absorbed. It's just being absorbed to go higher. Right, team. I'm going to get off. Done for the day, done for the week. Maybe back on Monday. I know it's President's Day. I'll do a post on the community tab. If not, definitely back Tuesday. All right. Be smart. Don't get chopped up in this market. Use hard stops. All the usual stuff. Make sure you get off the screens this weekend. Go and do something that makes you feel good. All right. Make sure you go and get out in nature. Get off the screens. It's good for your mental health. Be careful. See you real soon.